Well, some homeowners in the Naugatuck Valley are still dealing with challenges 1 year after those devastating floods. Well, thank you for staying with us here at 5:30. I'm Tim Lammerts alongside meteorologist Sam Samperi, who is basically our weather historian. Sam, you know as well as anybody, unfortunately, that, it's not just that the Naugatuck Valley, being a valley, tends to channel and funnel water. It's that we've seen just soaking rains hit that place so hard over the years and decades.
That's right. But really, it's hard to believe that it's been a year ago, Tim, that this system stalled and we just kept getting moisture training over the same old area with heavy showers and thunderstorms over the Connecticut or the Housatonic River area, Seymour, Oxford, the Southbury area. I grew up in that area myself, and it's just amazing, that technically a 500,000 year flood where we had 10 to 13, 14 inches of rain, almost topping out. Another anniversary coming up, the hurricane in 1955.
Yes, which also devastated the Naugatuck Valley there. And people have been trying now over the past year to just build back, and there's been all sorts of challenges. But as Fox 61's Raven Blue explains, one of the biggest challenges is a decision they didn't make before the water came, the decision to get flood insurance.
After the 2024 storm flooded the Naugatuck Valley, many homes were either destroyed or damaged. And because so many did not have flood insurance, homeowners were left with a massive bill to rebuild what they lost. And even with that, many are opting to stay uninsured.
It's there, they see it, they watch someone's home literally be pushed away in Connecticut just by the water, and they get nervous. And then they go, let me react to this, and then it just kind of gets pushed to the side.
For too many, the realization came once the floodwaters receded. Flood insurance wasn't included in their homeowners' policies, so the burden to get their homes back to what they once were fell entirely on them.
People get their policy, they open it up, they look at the premium, and they go, oh my, and tuck it away. I don't think they're really understanding that flood is something that's not on there, and that's why we're pushing for these carriers, like where you open up your policy and right where it is, it will stamp you are not covered for a flood.
One of the people who lost their home is Emily Brish. She spoke with Fox 61 4 months after the floods, after she found out it would be cheaper to rebuild her home instead of repairing it. But even with the new home, she says because the house is not in a flood zone, she is unable to get flood insurance. In a message to Fox 61, Brish says, quote, the only option would be insurance through FEMA, which is $10,000 a year. As you can imagine, I never thought I would be able to afford doubling my mortgage with the rebuild and increase in property taxes to come, let alone tack on another $10,000 a year for flood insurance. Flood insurance can run thousands of dollars a year, and that's a price that many simply can't afford, especially after the financial hit they've already taken. Brish says she also had to, quote, take out a large loan from the SBA in order to rebuild on top of our original mortgage. For families like Brish, whose homes were lost or damaged in the floods, the road to recovery was filled with financial struggle. But even then, many homeowners continue to opt out of getting flood insurance, some because they don't believe floods like the one in 2024 will happen again.
Just thinking, I don't live near an area where this should happen, it could happen. And that is the biggest reason why we're talking about this, because I think every person that was in Connecticut where this happened to them didn't think it could happen to them.
Danielle Brown, board chair of Big I Connecticut, an association for independent agents, says homeowners need to educate themselves on what their homeowners insurance covers and how much it would cost them to add flood insurance.
See what options and what is available, because $10,000 versus losing everything is awful. And I understand people are like, the biggest thing with flood is you have to pay it in full, and it's a huge expense. So you could have someone who has a $700 policy versus someone that's a $10,000, but it might be different if they move to a private market. So putting everything together and getting an idea of what that is so they could budget for it.
According to FEMA, the state only saw a 0.3% increase in properties being covered through the National Flood Insurance Program compared to the previous previous year. But if you are thinking of waiting until the last minute to add flood insurance, think again. There is a 30-day waiting period before your home is covered.
They always will do something where there's a wait period, so you're not just looking to add coverage while a storm comes through and cancel coverage after the flood's done.
In the past 15 years, the Naugatuck Valley has seen 3 major flooding events in 2011, 2023, and 2024. According to a study by the National Resource Defense Council, Connecticut homeowners pay the highest flood repair costs nationwide, averaging more than $283,000. In the Naugatuck Valley, Raven Blue, Fox 61.